For Forecast First, sponsored by the Accident Recovery Team.
A busy morning so far with winter weather rolling across the state. We are dealing with thunder, sleet, and freezing rain. This is moving across central and eastern Kansas, sliding right along the Kansas Turnpike. Easily will make for some slick travel here this morning. In your forecast first, you'll definitely need to count on slick road conditions all morning long at 8 o'clock. 30 degrees, wintry mix pushing toward the east. And then by lunchtime, we'll hit up 31, and we won't break above the freezing mark until the end of the day, allowing for some sunshine by the end of this Tuesday. Stay where you are. We're going to have the latest look at the road conditions, and I'll take you a tour on Stormcast, or rather for Stormcast and Storm Tracker radar. Kansas Today continues right now.
I'm Amanda Aguilar, and I'm tracking road conditions out in Wichita, where we're already starting to see several accidents. I'll have everything you need to know before you head on your morning commute coming up on Kansas Today.
And the search continues this morning for a missing Wichita child, and now both of his parents are speaking out. Good morning, everyone. It's 6:31 on your Tuesday morning. Yeah, that picture says it all. That's our Skyview downtown Wichita camera, and you can see that crystallized view of the lens. Yeah, that's ice.
Keeps accumulating.
Well, you can really see it up in there.
You could see halfway out last time. Now it's almost all the way covered.
So if we have ice on the camera, that means we have ice on the roads. It's causing a lot of problems all morning long.
Yeah, absolutely. If you left your car outside like I did, you didn't have it underneath the shed or anything like that, you definitely want to take the extra 5 minutes this morning to scrape that all off.
It's going to take at least 5 minutes probably, right?
You just don't want to put other people in danger if you must travel here this morning. Storm Tracker radar is showing this batch of moisture that's sliding through central and eastern Kansas this morning, and it's on the move. We even have some thunderstorms in the mix of all this. This now looks like it's clearing out of the Wichita metro. It'll take some time until we can sound the all clear. This is streaming from northern Oklahoma, from Ponca City, Newkirk, and even to Winfield. It goes all the way to the Kansas Turnpike and even farther to the east. That's where we have some rain, but it is cold enough where we have freezing rain, the sleet on top of that. In far western Sedgwick County through Cheney, that's where we're seeing conditions clearing out. A bulk of this precipitation at this time is to the east in El Dorado, Benton, Andover, Douglas, and Bloomington. We expand the view. This batch is farther down to Oklahoma, and we're looking for some more activity to pour in into southeast Kansas. We slide into the northwest corner of the state. Even some light snow pouring in here this morning. Looks like things are wrapping up for the northwest corner. We do have winter weather advisories in effect for a good portion of the state. This will remain in effect through noon today, but given the trend of radar and how things are going, I would not be surprised if those advisories were canceled earlier, but we do have some more winter weather to look ahead to in the coming days. I'll have an extended look at Stormcast coming up.
Okay, thank you very much, Laura. And before you head out the door this morning, make sure you know what the roads are where you live, how they are. Well, you can see here that many roads in central and northeastern Kansas are dealing with ice-covered roads this morning. The purple roads near and northeast of Salina are completely covered by winter weather conditions. And the baby blue is partially covered. And the brown roads are experiencing just seasonal conditions. And if you are scheduled to fly out of Eisenhower National Airport this morning, you may need to check the status of your flight. There are several cancellations and delays this morning for departures. Kind of rough out there, boy.
It is.
We are continuing to follow the road conditions here in Wichita.
Our Amanda Aguilar recently got off the highway and checked out the city streets, and they appear to be just as bad as the elevated roads. Good information to know this morning. She joins us now with an update. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Katie, I just want to point out that I'm behind the camera right now and my photographer is safely driving. Like you guys said, these city streets, they are covered in sleet, and it's the same. We're right now heading eastbound on Kellogg, and you can see that the roads are just covered in sleet. I'm starting to notice that they're starting to get even kind of slushy now that there's more traffic, and you can see that traffic is moving slow, which is a good thing. Now, all morning, we've been out here in Wichita all morning, and I've been seeing a lot of treatment trucks out on the roads. You can see right here, this is a map of the city of Wichita. There are treatment trucks, and all those green pins, those mean that those are active treatment trucks out on the roads. They are ready to start treating these roads because, as we've been saying all morning, these roads are very icy, they're slippery. I also want to point out that there have been accidents reported all morning here in Wichita. We saw an accident at Sycamore, an accident at Meridian, right along Kellogg, even I-235 at Zoo. And just a reminder, if you are involved in a non-injury accident, the city of Wichita has their emergency accident reporting plan in effect. So you can just take that person's information and then you can report it at a local Quick Trip or the police substation. Now, as you can see, once again, everyone is driving pretty slow right here along Kellogg. It is covered in sleet, and Wichita police did say to avoid this area, avoid any elevated areas, because once again, roads are icy, they are slippery, and we're going to continue to track these roads out here and make sure to bring you updates on air and online at KSN.com. For now, live in East Wichita, Amanda Aguilar, KSN News 3.
Thanks, Amanda. And another good way to be prepared to face today's weather is with the Storm Tracker 3 Everywhere app. That app allows you to set up customizable alerts for the weather in your area. It is free to download on Apple and Android devices. In other news this morning, it has now been more than 55 hours since 5-year-old Lucas Hernandez disappeared from his East Wichita home.
Yeah, police are continuing to ask for the public's help as they search for that missing child. Lucas is 4 foot tall and weighs about 60 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. If you see Lucas or know where he is, please call 911 or the Wichita Police Department's tip line. That number is 383-4661. Now, we reached out to the parents of Lucas Hernandez. Neither wanted to go on camera. The mother lives in El Dorado and tells us she doesn't have custody of her son, but she's asking for help finding Lucas, saying, quote, "Find my son. He's terrified of water, so the fact that the search has moved to a park that's surrounded by water terrifies me. Lucas is a sweet boy." And Lucas's father said, quote, "He loves school, fishing, riding his bicycle, and playing with the siblings. We are pleading for his safe and prompt return home. We will not stop searching for him until he is found."
Well, last night, several people gathered at Jackson Elementary to hold a vigil for Lucas Hernandez. Several people showed up to pray for Lucas's safe return home. The night started with a candle lighting before a prayer asking for Lucas to be found soon. Heavy emotions could be felt throughout the vigil.
I don't know what I would do if that happened to one of my family members or one of my sibling. So it's super tragic, and I hope they find him.
Can't help but sympathize and put yourself in the same place as the family. If it was me in this position, I would want the support of my community.
Now, along with praying for Lucas's safe return back to his family, the group also asked people to keep their porch lights on until he's found.
Once again, this is a look at Lucas. He is 5 years old, about 4 foot tall, weighing 60 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a gray shirt with a bear on it, black sweatpants, and white socks. If you know where Lucas is, once again, please call 911 or 383-4661. KSN will continue to follow the story as it develops. You can follow our coverage right here on air and online at KSN.com. Coming up after weather, we check in on the Olympics as Team USA continue to rake in some medals.
Yeah, we'll show you how it was another successful day on the ice and the slopes.
Winter weather is easily making travel tricky here this morning. I'll time this out hour by hour on Stormcast and a look ahead to our next go round right after the break. Well, after several weeks of desperately needing for moisture, we finally got it here this morning, but it's coming in the form of ice, and that's not really what we want to see. But we do have a batch of winter weather that's sliding through central and even eastern Kansas this morning, and that's including sleet, freezing rain, and then on top of that we do have some lightning indicated on storm tracker radar. Well, moving closer, we'll take the tour. All of this is sliding right along the Kansas Turnpike. This originally started off earlier this morning across Oklahoma and now streaming to the north and east. You can still see this band into northern Oklahoma from Ponca City, Newkirk, Ark City, Winfield, and already seeing conditions clearing out near Kingman and Fort Hutchinson. We have to head to our easternmost counties where we have heavy freezing rain and even perhaps some sleet in the mix of this. Scattered showers farther to the east. In Wichita at this time, it looks like conditions are clearing out from west to east. You can see in far western Sedgwick County, we're catching a break from there, with the bulk of this activity now to our easternmost counties. Several waves will slide across Oklahoma and impact our southeast corner of the state and even into Missouri. Overall, it is a sloppy morning for travel across parts of the state, even in northwest Kansas, where we've seen reports of snow accumulations from anywhere from 1 to 2.5 inches up to parts of Nebraska this morning. As far as our winter weather advisory goes, well, this now has been extended into portions of western Kansas. This includes the Wichita metro, but given the trend of how things are going, I would not be surprised if this was canceled earlier. As of right now, the way it stands, this will remain in effect through noon today. We have ice on our Skyview camera looking over downtown Wichita. Every now and then, a flash of lightning at 24 degrees, a winds out of the north at 21 miles per hour. It feels like it's 9 degrees. So fierce winds on top of that, bitter chills across western Kansas. We'll time this out on Stormcast with this activity sliding toward the east. We'll say by 8 o'clock, that's when we can sound the all clear for the KSN viewing area. Most of this activity will remain in play to southeast Kansas into Missouri and quickly marching toward the east. By lunchtime, we're dealing with the clouds, and for the afternoon, we'll break apart, getting some sunshine through the afternoon, and it will certainly be a struggle to warm up this Tuesday. We're not quite done with the winter weather just yet. It'll be nice and quiet first thing Wednesday morning, and then on the evening commute, we'll be on guard for winter weather, including a wintry mix, even some snow in south central Kansas. This activity picks up through the evening and overnight hours, and it could be messy once again as we head out the door Thursday morning. Your winter weather advisory again, this includes Wichita. Wouldn't be surprised if that dropped off earlier. Taking a look at the numbers for this afternoon, highs only in the 30s. It'll be a struggle to warm up. We'll see a high of 35 this afternoon in Wichita, and then downright bone chilling for tonight. We drop back into the single digits and the teens. Let's take a look at your Wichita weekly. Wintry mix on Wednesday again, and that trend will take us into the overnight hours with rain showers. The small chance for that through the end of the week and even into the first half of the weekend. We slide into north central Kansas. Same trend here. It's going to be downright raw for the next couple of days, but temperatures warm up as we head into the weekend. We slide into southwest Kansas. Quiet for now. It's our next storm system that we have to watch in the weekend time frame that'll bring rain to snow on Saturday. That was the best shot that I could give. And even for northwest Kansas, temperatures dropping into the 20s for today before gradually warming back up into the 40s and eventually tapping into the 50s. We just have to hang tight for this morning. The time now is 6:44 on this Tuesday morning. We'll be back with Kansas Today right after the break.
Here is today's 2018 Winter Olympic medal count, brought to you by Boot Hill Casino.
Well, it was a busy day in South Korea for not only American athletes, but also for our team on the ground in Pyeongchang.
That's right. Aaron Nolan joins us live. And Aaron, I hear you were invited to join the Today Show.
Cool.
Yeah, that is.
Well, yeah, Katie, Darren, you know it's a tough assignment, but somebody's got to labor through that. We went behind the cameras of the Today Show. We'll show you that in just a few minutes. But first, we got to talk about medal droughts. It's happened now twice in these games. Last week, it was nearly 48 hours. This week, it was close to 48 hours. But we got 2 bronze medals in a span of about an hour, one thanks to USA skiing in the women's half-pipe, the other the team dance competition. Yeah, they do dance on ice here in Pyeongchang. Let's go to the ice skating rink, albeit the ice dancing rink. We're talking about the Shibutani siblings. They're actually right behind me right now getting interviewed. Almost going to go on the Today's Show. They beat out 2 other American teams, but a bronze medal for a second time for this brother and sisters, and it's pretty sweet.
That was just the skate of my dreams. I mean, there's a lot of pressure. It's the Olympic Games, but to really deliver like that, I'm speechless too.
Every step of the way we did it together. Every step of this journey, through the highs and the lows, we've done it together, and we've come out through the other side really, really strong. And I'm so proud of who we've become and how we got here.
All right, so Team USA right now with 12 medals, guaranteed 1 more because USA women's hockey is in the gold medal game. Men's hockey beat Slovenia today. They move on to the quarterfinals with 2 more wins. Men's USA hockey will be in the gold medal game. All right, time now to go to that tough assignment I had last night here, early morning yesterday for you guys. I went to the Today Show behind the scenes. Take a look. It's a big ordeal. They do big things. They have a huge set, pop star Rachel Platten was there. And guys, the schedule difference is something that Hoda and Savannah are embracing. Take a listen.
It's crazy and it's fun. We're really loving being on at night.
Yeah, it's fun.
bringing out the night side of
I
our
know.
personalities.
We
We
like
haven't
to-
seen that since college.
We're partiers now.
Yes, exactly.
All right, I didn't know that.
All right, so Darren, Katie, they're saying they're partiers now. You know, you guys work the same schedule I work when I'm back in the States. It's very early, and being up this late is something very special. Just thankfully, the Today Show is rocking music over there, so I can shake it just a little bit and keep my blood moving to wake me up.
I don't know if I'd be that energetic at
Boy,
night. That's for sure. Thanks, Aaron, for all the reporting.
All right, the Olympic action continues today right here on KSN at 2 this afternoon. Catch the Nordic combined in the second stage of the biathlon's mixed relay event. Then at 7, watch Lindsey Vonn go for alpine gold, followed by figure skating, bobsled, and short track. All that can be seen throughout the day right here on KSN. And don't forget to check in with Jeff, Emily, and Lisa for our Olympic Zone coverage tonight at 6:30. You'll get a look behind the scenes at the women's bobsled team from Nigeria making their Olympic debut. Plus, get a look at the so-called Dream Factory where K-pop stars are being made. All that and more is tonight on KSN News at 6:30. All right, take a look at our morning shot of the day now.
All right, today's shot of the day sent to us by Kendra Rains from Furley, who took this beautiful shot while on an adventure with her daughter Laura. You see there toddling along ahead of her mom.
Very cute. Click the reporter tab on KSN.com to give us your pics. We'll be right back. We are running through the major stories to keep you in the know this morning, people. It's going to be an icy morning in Wichita.
Roads are slick after a night of freezing rain. Quite a mess out there.
KSN's Amanda Aguilar is live tracking those road conditions for us this morning. Amanda, give us an update. What are you seeing right now?
Well, Darren, Katie, I want to point out that I'm behind the camera and my photographer is safely driving. We're right on Kellogg. And drivers, you're going to want to drive slow on your morning commute. Roads are covered in sleet. As you can see, Kellogg is covered in sleet. The same goes for the city streets. And all morning, we've been seeing accidents along Kellogg all across Wichita. And Wichita's emergency accident reporting plan is in effect. So if you are in a non-injury accident, you can report that at a Quick Trip or any local police substation. And just once again, I know we've been saying this all morning long, but it's really important today, especially on this morning commute. Take it slow out there and make sure you give yourself enough time to get to your destination. Live in Wichita, Amanda Aguilar, KSN News 3.
Good advice, Amanda. Thanks. Before you head out the door this morning, keep in mind, as she said, the roads will be slick. You can see here more and more roads are colored blue and purple. That means partially covered and covered, respectively. Brown only means seasonal conditions. If you're scheduled to fly out of Eisenhower National Airport this morning, here's some news for you. You'll want to check your flight status. There are several cancellations and delays this morning for departures.
It's been more than 50 hours since 5-year-old Lucas Hernandez disappeared from his East Wichita home. He is 4 foot tall and weighs about 60 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. And Wichita police are asking if you see Lucas or know where he is, please call 911 or the department's tip line. The number is 383-4661. FBI agents and the Wichita Police Department are leading the search for Lucas. Yesterday, much of their time was spent at Chisholm Creek Park and the Great Plains Nature Center. Police canvassed the area on foot, by boat, horseback, and even with the help of canines.
Well, last night, several people gathered at Jackson Elementary to hold a vigil for Lucas Hernandez. Several people showed up to pray for Lucas's safe return home. Well, the night started with a candle lighting before a prayer asking for Lucas to be found soon. Heavy emotions could be felt throughout the vigil. KSN will continue to follow this story as it develops. You can see all of our coverage right here on KSN News 3 and, of course, online at ksn.com.
Today, the Wichita City Council will discuss allowing 2 venues to hold public parties during the NCAA tournament, which would allow you to drink alcohol in portions of downtown on public sidewalks and streets. Both the courtside on Commerce Street and the Third Place Brewing College basketball watch party are on today's agenda. And Derby residents are set to vote on a school bond which would address safety and security issues, efficiency and growth. The $114 million bond will also impact maintenance, curriculum, and program equity.
One last look at our weather before you head out the door this morning.
Yes, it's been a busy morning so
man,
far. Take a
boy.
look at storm tracker radar. This activity is working toward eastern Kansas. You can see that line over Wichita is working outside of our area. It's just going to take some time until we can really sound the all clear. That winter weather advisory is still in effect until noon, but I would not be surprised if that was canceled earlier. In your out the door forecast, slippery roads here this morning with improving conditions over the next couple of hours. By lunchtime, 31 degrees and sunshine to return by the end of the day, but I'm thinking that anything that accumulated on the ground will easily stick around throughout the morning hours. It's going to take some time before we can get everything cleaned up and cleared out.
Need some sun to warm it up. Okay,
All right.
thank you, Laura.
Appreciate it, Laura. That is our time for this Tuesday morning, but coming up on the Today Show, a fierce fight over guns with survivors of the Florida school shooting speaking out.
Plus, the Ship Sibs join Savannah and Hoda live after medaling in ice dancing. Have a great day and be safe out there, everyone.
See you tomorrow.